Did you know that everything you think you know about the Egyptian goddess Isis might be completely wrong? We've been taught to see her as a character, a mythological figure, almost like a superhero from an ancient comic book. But what if Isis isn't a who, but a what? What if she's not a person, but a fundamental force of the universe itself? This is the secret the ancients understood, and it's a secret that could completely change how you see reality. The biggest mistake we make, often led by modern academia, is to place Isis on the same shelf as Greek or Roman goddesses. We imagine her as an anthropomorphic being with stories, emotions, and a personality. But thinkers like Ernest Bosc and the entire Hermetic tradition tell us to stop right there. The Egyptian gods aren't characters in a play. They are principles, cosmic functions, the very operating system of reality. So Isis is not someone you pray to. She is something that acts, a universal law in motion. You've probably heard the famous inscription from the temple. It says, "I am all that has been, is, and will be, and no mortal has ever lifted my veil." We often interpret this as a mysterious prohibition, a keep-out sign from a secretive goddess. But that's a misunderstanding. It's not a command. It's a statement of metaphysical law. The ultimate truth, the core of reality, can never be seen directly, all at once. It's too vast, too powerful for our minds to handle. It must be veiled, not to hide it, but to reveal it gradually, step by step. The veil isn't a barrier. It's a teaching tool. Isis, therefore, is this very principle of veiling. She is the cosmic process that filters truth, adapting it to a level our consciousness can actually absorb and grow from. She doesn't deceive, she educates. This leads us to another key idea. Isis is nature. But hold on, not nature in the way a materialist scientist would define it, just rocks, trees, and physical laws. In the Hermetic tradition, nature, or Physis, is something much more profound. It's the visible manifestation of the invisible. It's the bridge, the interface between the world of pure ideas, the intelligible, and the world we can see, touch, and feel, the sensible. Isis is this process in action. She is the force that gives birth to all forms, that nurtures their growth, and that eventually dissolves them to be reborn again. She isn't the raw material of the universe. She is the law of manifestation itself, the rhythm of creation and destruction. So where does Isis fit in the grand cosmic scheme? Imagine a triangle. At the top, you have the transcendent, unmanifested principle, what the Egyptians called Osiris. He is pure potential, silent and unseen. At the bottom, you have the conscious, manifest world, the result of that potential represented by their son, Horus. Isis is the crucial link in the middle. She is the mediator, the cosmic matrix, the divine mother. Without Isis, Osiris remains a distant, unknowable idea. Without Isis, Horus, the awakened consciousness in the world, can never be born. Isis is the function that allows the divine to enter the world of form without being diminished or lost in the process. She is the bridge between spirit and matter. This idea of a mediating feminine principle isn't unique to Egypt. The parallels with Sophia or wisdom in other traditions are stunning. Just like Isis, Sophia is often described as both fallen and a savior, a figure of profound ambivalence. This isn't a moral judgment. It's not about being good or bad. It's structural. It reflects the dual nature of this cosmic function. It has one foot in the divine world and one in the material world. It is the wisdom that descends into the chaos of creation to bring forth order and meaning. For those familiar with Hebrew mysticism, this might sound incredibly familiar. The concept of the Shekhinah plays almost the exact same role. The Shekhinah is the immanent divine presence, the sacred feminine, the veiled glory of God that dwells within the world. She is the presence that went into exile with humanity, inhabiting the material realm. In many ways, you could say Isis is the Shekinah before her time. They share the same function, the same tension between transcendence and immanence, the same story of a divine principle embedded within matter. Understanding this connection is an incredibly powerful key for anyone on a path of inner discovery. But why is this principle always depicted as feminine? It's crucial to understand that this isn't about biology or sociology. In esoteric language, feminine and masculine are polarities, principles of energy. The feminine principle represents the capacity to receive, to contain, and to transmit. Think about it. Isis is feminine because she receives the seed of pure spirit from the masculine principle, Osiris. She then contains it, gestates it within her cosmic womb, and transforms it into a tangible form, making it accessible to the world as Horus. She is the cosmic vessel of meaning, the field in which the unmanifest can become manifest. This brings us to a radical conclusion. Isis is not a goddess to be worshipped from afar. She is a function to be experienced. In the sacred science of ancient Egypt, you didn't just pray to Isis in the modern sense of asking for favors. You worked with her. You engaged with the principle she represents. Isis is an initiatory function. When you begin a spiritual journey, it is Isis who first veils your soul, surrounding you with the illusions and challenges of the material world. She tests you, but she also guides you, leading you through those tests so you can eventually give birth to your own inner Horus, your higher awakened consciousness. The goal isn't to violently rip the veil of Isis away. The true initiation is learning to see through it, to perceive the divine pattern woven into the fabric of everyday reality. So why does any of this matter today in our fast-paced digital world? We live in an age that is obsessed with the literal, a culture that is almost allergic to mystery. We demand instant gratification, immediate revelations, and quick fixes. But Isis, as a cosmic law, reminds us of a timeless and forgotten truth. Anything that is given too easily, too quickly, has no power to truly transform us. Real growth requires a process, a journey through the veils. Rediscovering Isis as a cosmic function is more than just an academic exercise. It's an invitation to relearn the language of symbols, to see the world not as a collection of dead objects, but as a living, breathing manifestation of a deeper intelligence. It's a path to finding the sacred hidden in plain sight. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive. If this resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who might be ready to look beyond the veil. See you in the next video.